All right, now we are
Skip bop babu bade wobble.
in 5, 4,
Four,
3,
three, two.
2. Give me the solo. What was that from, kid?
I'm glad you didn't say the one because it's a rookie move to say the one. Five, four, three, two. You actually can do the last three probably. Five, four.
Give me the solo.
My chair's so rickety. Do you hear this?
No,
You can't hear that? There's no way.
you can kind of hear it, but it's not coming up in. It's not like.
How about now? I turned crisp audio off. Crisp audio is actually kind of a godsend. But anyways, I've had this chair. Actually, this chair's older than me. It was in my family before. It's in my family for generations. It's office chair.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually like probably 26 years old.
Man,
So I
dude.
kind of have some sentimental value to it. It's like a piece of crap chair, but I kind of like it. Is that weird?
No, I like sentimental value stuff.
Yeah, keeps me grounded.
Mm-hmm. Like, like this shirt. My college roommate gave me the shirt because he grew out of it.
I would say it looks cool, by the way. I
Thanks.
meant to tell you that earlier. What's
So
that from?
it's from an anime movie called Spirited Away,
Hmm.
and I never saw the movie when he gave it to me, so I was always so self conscious wearing it.
Like a band shirt, if you don't know, like at least three of the
Dude,
band
this is
songs.
why. Is this the podcast?
Welcome to episode 21, ladies and
Welcome to
gentlemen.
episode 21. Give me the solo. Big up the island. Pop, pop, pop. Give me the solo.
I have a plethora of knowledge.
I don't think so.
Ray?
Jake, hit him with that freestyle.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Hey.
You're not listening hard enough.
Give me goosebumps. You realize you're still in the dream.
That was actually kind of racist.
No,
Double check that later.
like bleep it all out. Bloom, 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 bloom. Give me the
All right,
fish and
anyways.
chips and that soul.
So, you're saying, I actually do remember you telling me that's your pet peeve of like people wearing band shirts.
Okay, so it is kind of my pet peeve, but it wasn't until this happened. So, okay, I don't know what's my bigger pet peeve. I'll explain both. Tell you the story, and I'll explain both my pet peeves, and
Yes.
we'll decide which one's worse. So,
Okay.
I have this Grateful Dead. You know the Grateful Dead, like the tie dye,
Yes.
like funky. I
I
don't know
remember
if
that shirt 'cause I said it was really cool. I
Yeah.
remember
So
that
I was
shirt.
wearing that shirt one night, and I was wearing it out, and
Ooh.
all night everyone was like, "Dude, cool shirt." They're just saying that's all they're saying, like
It is a
cool
cool-
shirt.
it
I
is a
like that
cool
shirt.
shirt.
It's like, oh, thank you. At end of the night, I'm walking back to my apartment, and I'm on the phone, walking back like on the phone with my roommate, and some kid like stops me. He goes like this, like while I'm walking, and I mean, I was in a good mood, and like the kid looked like nice enough, but he like puts his
Yeah.
hand on my chest, stops me. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Name 5 Grateful Dead songs right now." And then that's when I got like super. I like pretended I was super pissed off, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Dude," and I like I'm on the, and I just like walked away. Like I was like,
That's a really good recovery.
I was. I mean, I was actually very like, if I wasn't on the phone, like I would have been screwed.
Yeah. Then,
Because right now, I would just say like, "Hey man, I don't even know. I couldn't name one song." But like back
I
then,
don't know. I don't know one Grateful Dead song.
I was like walking away like I felt so lame. So that's why I was like so insecure wearing this shirt, because I haven't seen this movie, but apparently it's like a
Sorry.
sorry, my cameraman fell over.
It's like a 1 foot tall cameraman.
The cameraman just had a straight.
Little camera helper.
He's like standing there with his legs locked, just like just passes out and falls.
Dude, by the way, your camera and room looks really cool right now.
Thank
I
you,
like the ambiance.
thank you.
Are those the headphones you found those, right?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Found them.
We'll table that, but let's talk about
Anyway,
the shirt.
sorry, I didn't mean to derail, but yeah.
So I was really
anyways.
insecure about wearing this shirt, because I hadn't seen the movie. So I finally saw the movie, and I thought it was a
It
kid's
was an
movie.
anime
This
series.
is it's an anime movie. So I saw this movie, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a kid's movie, and it was actually scary. It was like a scary anime
Really?
movie. It's really good. It's a really good movie. It's called Spirited Away.
Yeah, but did you watch it just because you wanted to wear the shirt?
Yeah, that's actually why. But it was a good movie.
Kevin
But-
might be kind of lame to do that.
No. But okay. So, who was in? So remember, I said like I'm gonna tell you 2 scenarios, and like you tell me
Yes.
like which is worse. So when I was walking on the phone with my Grateful Dead T-shirt, was I lame because I was a poser wearing a Grateful Dead T-shirt, or was the kid lame for stopping me while I was on the phone and be like, "Hey, name 5 Grateful Dead songs"? Just like
Was he drunk?
He's drunk, but he was also with like a group of girls, so he was like definitely like. I think he was just trying to put me down.
Yeah.
He's
It's
like-
not cool. It's not cool to put people down.
Because he could have been like, dude, cool shirt. Like, what's your favorite song? Like,
That would be.
like
Yeah, that's worse.
Like genuinely asking, but like I could just tell that like
He knew you didn't know. You
Yeah.
should have flipped the script. He probably didn't know.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
dude, I
one
should have been
Grateful
like
Dead song.
Tuesday
I've actually never-
mornings,
I've never heard
sweet
of
and
Grateful Dead.
salty, Monday by the shore.
Doom, 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 doom.
Shibidadi, shwabidadi.
You should do that. You should have flipped it on them. Boom. That would have been embarrassing. Could you imagine? Yes, you. Like, I don't know. I have so many. What's your favorite?
I don't know.
He like
Ooh.
he grabs his phone like. Ah!
Sorry.
No, but
Okay, yeah. So to go back to the headphones, so here's the quick story because I feel like, I mean, I guess we're in no rush really, but here's the quick story. So
give us a rub.
So I was sitting in a computer lab in the electrical engineering building at my school,
Gotta flex on us.
and I'm just sitting there doing my homework, and the room is filled with people, and I look over, and I finish my homework, whatever, and I look over to like the desk next to me, and I see these headphones sitting there. So I pick them up, and I
So
turn.
them sitting there around a kid that was passed out's head.
No. Like
Sleeping?
meanwhile, like I was
Wow.
there for 2 hours. Like nobody sat next to me.
Okay.
So I see them. So I pick them up and I turn to the whole room and I say, "Hey, are these anybody's?" And everybody looks up and like nobody says anything. People like shake their head. So I say, "Okay." So I grab them and like walk out and I go to the office to turn them into the lost and found.
Really?
Yeah, I swear. I mean, really had nothing in it to lie. So I'm walking to the lost and found, the office, and then I get there, and like the door's locked and the office is closed because it's like 6:30. So I was
Hey,
like,
you did your part. At that point,
so
you did your part.
immediately when I saw the office closed, like I tried, and then I just
I know,
kept
you're
going.
probably hoping it was locked.
Honestly,
Like, didn't you
kind
turn
of
the knob all the way.
because they're like nice headphones. It's like
Yeah, I know.
they're like
Looks
really
super cool.
really good noise canceling ones.
Yeah. Speaking of noise canceling stuff and audio, this reminds me. I wanted to ask you something. I think you're into this, so let me. Okay. I just started getting to my new thing, audiobooks. This is Audible. Okay. You literally made me think of it because I just started doing this. I don't like reading. I never have. I'll read I'll read stuff out of necessity. Like I don't mind reading like an article. Like, oh, that's really interesting. I'll read that. But books, like random books, not a big fan. I mean, I have gotten through like a few like Hunger Games, Magic Treehouse, you know, the good ones.
Magic Treehouse is so good.
It was good.
Fun fact
But I
about
just don't like
Kevin:
reading.
I read every Magic Treehouse up until 32.
My God, it's a lot of them. I probably read like 5 or 6.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, my Lexile level is pretty abysmal. But anyways, hey, anyways, so audiobooks though, I really have been enjoying them. I usually read nonfiction, and like just listening to them, like it's like first of all, like it's just like kind of relaxing, and it makes you feel like productive. You can just like do it while you're doing anything.
Mm-hmm. It's like a really informative podcast.
Yeah, I mean, not as formative as ours, but
Mm-mm.
no, but like. It's definitely my new thing. I'm gonna just start doing. Just leave. Although I do buy them. It's probably a better way to do it. I buy them off of Amazon on Audible.
Okay. Do you
It's like
subscribe to
$10.
Audible?
No, because it was like $15 a month.
Yeah.
$15. Because I'll buy things I'm really interested in, and I can just go back and listen to them whenever I
Yeah.
want.
No, that's true.
But if I started buying a lot, then maybe I would. But so you're a big fan of audiobooks too?
Yeah, Hugh. I listen. You're talking to the the Audible. I mean, you're talking about the Audible Andy right here.
You are kind of an audible Andy, I will say.
Okay. I just wanted to give you the number one Audible tip. It's the one thing whenever somebody says that they're about to get into audiobooks, I just tell them one thing. You have to make sure there's very, very few exceptions. You have to make sure that the narrator of the audiobook is the author.
Why? I'll
tell you why. So when I was an Audible rookie, I would just get any book that sounded interesting to me. I was like, oh, this is like, people say this is a good book.
Yeah.
I'll get on Audible. So, and I'm not kidding. I maybe have like 30 books on Audible right now. I have a lot.
Damn.
I'll tell you right now. If somebody just writes a book and then they just hire a narrator for it, some guy with a cool voice, like,
yeah.
And then I went down the street and that's when I saw my mother die. It's really comes down to when the author reads his own book, he knows like what intonations to put into it, and he like knows what's happening, so it makes it so much more engaging. Sometimes when a guy just has a cool voice, he just like reads it, but he like doesn't really know what's going on, and then it's just like I've listened to a couple where it's like this, it's really interesting, but it's not engaging. It's hard to listen to.
That's a good point. I never thought about. Kevin, I should talk to you before. I should have consulted you. But I think my guy might not be the author because, first of all, his voice is rocking. Unless his author is blessed, like, I can write any book I want and I have a great voice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not even an author. He's like, okay, it's a book on real estate. So he's like a real estate mogul who is also the author. And a trifecta with a nice voice, Kevin, I highly doubt it. I mean, this guy's voice is rocking.
Mm-hmm.
And I did notice one point where, like, he's talking about pretty advanced, like financial topics, where like I'm like I have to really pay attention to try to understand these for this real estate stuff. And this guy, he kept he would what's the word, like, is it not in fluctuation? Is it in fluctuation, right? In
like
voice?
Yeah, or like intonation.
In fluctuation, intonation. I don't read, so I don't know.
Conflation.
Conflation, inflation. Kevin.
Staycation.
But anyways, it was I'll just put it simply. He just emphasizes like really weird spots. I'm like, I don't know if you're supposed to emphasize that spot, but you know what? You have a cool voice. I'm gonna roll with it. I still understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
A couple times I did pick up on that, so I'm thinking that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, don't let it ruin it for you. Don't harp on it now.
Yeah, you might even make me think about it now. Let me ask one question I wanted to ask you. Do you think listening to audiobooks improves your lifestyle level, even though you're not reading it?
So here's another thing. So there's two types of listening to audiobooks. It's
really quick, I'm listening to you, and I'm also gonna ASMR swig my Yeti cooler.
Okay, let's do it at the same time.
Okay. That really wet my whistle.
Yeah, I definitely.
Is my chair way too creaky?
No.
Stop leaning back.
Leave a comment in the
description if my chair is too squeaky. Also, here, want to have one more ASMR? I'm gonna treat myself to a trolley, sour blast and crawlers, not sponsored.
Okay.
I'm getting half of that for now. Okay, enough of the ASMR break. So, Kevin, continue what you're saying.
So, there's two types of listening to audiobooks. There's like passive listening, where you're just like, you put it on and then you're doing another task, and that's fine. Like, it's pretty good. But there's some audiobooks where it's like very complex, where it's honestly kind of like reading, where you put it on, and if you're not like giving it almost like 100% of your attention focus, like the words will just fly past you.
I've been kind of feeling that a little bit. So you think if you focus 100%, then you are kind of gaining that, like.
Yeah. But honestly, it's kind of hard. It's honestly pretty hard because some of the authors read it really fast. Yeah. Okay, you want to hear my tip number 2? It's not as important as my tip number 1 for Audible. Tip number 2 is it honestly is like tip number 1A or 1B, whatever, however you want to section it. Listen to the sample of the book before you buy it.
I did do that.
Okay.
I did do that.
Oh, there's a.
I was gonna copy you, but legally, I don't think I can.
Thank God you didn't.
But
Because okay, sorry, but
no.
I was just about to buy an audiobook yesterday, and
Yeah.
because my friend recommended it to me. She was reading this book. It was like a book on like how it's like how to talk to people or something like that.
Talk to women.
Honestly, I think it was like that was part of it. That was like a chapter of it, but it was like how to talk to people. I was like, I like talking to people. Obviously, maybe it'll improve the podcast. So I was like, I'll get it.
Yeah, you probably should get that then.
And she was reading it though, like
she's back in the 18th century. She's reading it.
yeah, she was reading it with like a whale oil candle, whale blubber candle,
Whale wax blubber candle.
She was reading it. She's like, it's a really good book. Like honestly, like I've learned a lot, and I was like, oh, this is. She's like my coworker, so like I feel like she's pretty smart.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. So, but I told her, I was like, but I'll warn you, I'm gonna get the audiobook version. And she's like, I honestly recommend that you read it, but she didn't.
Why?
I don't know, because she's a nerd.
It's kind of, actually, now I think about it, it is nerdy to read it normally.
So like as I'm walking home after she tells me this, I'm looking it up on Audible, and I'm like, oh, it has like pretty good reviews. But then I was like, let's sample it, and it was the author was the narrator, so I was like, that's good.
But yeah, I can see. Yeah, but you have to have a good speaking voice. So I can see it going bad.
So it was like the book was literally like how to be. Honestly, it was kind of like how to talk to women, but I think it was like more general. But it was like how to be like confident, like when you're like talking or something like that.
Yeah.
And I hit play. It's like when I was in the 3rd grade. He's like had like such a pathetic like nerdy voice, and I was like,
how to be more confident.
I mean, maybe honestly, maybe it's like a good book just because like that's what that guy has to work with. Like if he's like if he's successful and that's what he's working with, and like maybe it is. But
seriously,
as soon as I heard that, I was like, I don't know if I can't really take this guy seriously. Like he should have got the voice.
Yeah, he listened to his own book. Obviously, he didn't listen. But Kevin, I'm gonna segue this because you keep bringing up juices in my brain that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Lately, we're talking about listening to stuff. Lately, I've been feeling like my workouts have been kind of like my motivations for working out or towards working out have been declining. Like even when I go, cause I don't have a problem going. It's like when I go there, I don't have I'm having a problem like pushing myself like I used to, and like really wanting to be there, getting in the zone. I'm like more like, whatever, I'll just get it done and get out of here. I think I'm attributing that mostly to not having a good gym playlist. My gym playlist is I ran it into the ground,
dude.
And I'm trying to make another one, and I can't. And like the music is like so important to me when I work out, like so important.
That was gonna be my first tip. I was gonna say like you need some new music.
I know. Yeah, but what do I do if I feel like I squeezed the lemon too much? It's depleted.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think
I span all genres too. I don't know what to do.
Right now, I've kind of strayed away. I don't know. Like I'm still in the testing trials of this, but I kind of strayed away from playlists while working out, and I'm into. I'll just like find an album and just like listen to the whole thing. It's honestly hard because there's not like too many albums that are good like all the way through.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been doing. I mean, the results aren't like it's not like something that's like, dude, it's so good, but that's just kind of what I've been doing. Just like
what kind of music do you listen to?
Kind of get some like juices flowing. So I was just lifting today, and the album I was listening to was like Playboi Carti's "Whole Lotta Red" on YouTube, and there's a version where they like take out all of like the dead space between all the songs, so it's kind of like one long song. So that was pretty good. I think a friend of the podcast, Jim, showed me that video.
Jimmy M.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy.
Baby, that's my baby. So you listen to rap though, mostly?
No, the album that I was listening to before that is a guy called Youngblood.
Youngblood. I think I've heard of that before.
He's like a alternative, like kind of like screamo alternative guy. But he just came out with an album and it was pretty good.
So Youngblood and a whole lot of red.
Mm-hmm. And then also, I feel like AC/DC usually always gets me in the mood. But I've been like trying to find not the typical AC/DC songs. Like, cause you can listen like Back in Black, Shook Me All Night Long, like Thunderstruck. But then there's other songs like
they have so many.
Like Rocker or Money Talks.
Rocker, I barely know her.
Rocker, how about I sock her? This podcast is sponsored by the NFL.
Oh man,
cut that out. Okay, but
I feel like my.
Sorry, were you gonna talk about music?
Yeah.
Okay, music away.
I was talking about music still. I was
Man,
gonna say,
you still on that music?
My music taste is kind of weird. I think you know that. I mean, I listen to normal stuff, but also a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, Jake's the only honestly, probably the only person I know that will like frequently listen to like original soundtracks of like movies, or like listen to like he just like listens to like scores.
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, they are
movies,
good.
video game, TV shows I like, or like anything. So I listen to stuff I haven't even like seen the show. I just know the soundtrack. I don't know why, but it's only certain things. Like, I mean, it has to be. I mean, there are some that made it to my gym playlist, but like a very, very small percentage. Like those are the ones that are like the really cool ones, like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like when the thing comes out of the water, the Flying Dutchman. Like it plays a really cool. Like that's cool. But like mostly it's more relaxing. I do like skibidi-bop-bop. But I listen mostly when I like I'm doing like productive stuff, like trying to think. When I work, like I did schoolwork a lot of times, because it's kind of like your brain doesn't have to like pay attention to it because there's no words usually, so it's more like ambiance.
Did you try the binaural beats that I told you about?
What? No.
Aw.
What's that?
So I sent you a
the frequency.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, but I kind of forgot about it. To be honest with you.
I've been doing it.
Kevin,
I think
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you.
You've been doing it?
Yeah. So I listened to a health podcast, and that guy like said like, if you listen to this like listen to it for 5 minutes and just like focus on the frequencies, and it like puts your brain in the mood to like focus and think. So I've been doing that before work, and I feel like it definitely.
Really? You think it helps?
Yeah. Because I'm like when I'm done, I'm like take my headphones off, and then I just like
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think is there different frequencies for different things? Like one you
no,
get amped
it's
up?
like, oh maybe. I actually don't know.
There's the brown note.
That's a good question.
You know the brown note?
Like makes you poop.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's like specifically for focus. But that's dude, we should invent one for like being silly.
Getting amped up and being silly.
Like,
the being silly one is 32.5 megahertz.
Oh.
Or this. Didgeridoo. I want a didgeridoo really bad. But while we're on the topic of health, there is something I just started doing today. Fun fact, surprisingly. So, you know that I dabble in TikTok. Am I crazy consumed by it? No, but well, if I throw it on. Yeah, you got to watch it. But there's something. I mean, they target it toward you. they target you.
Yeah.
There's something I've been seeing about parasites in people. Apparently, it's not normal to poop out worms.
Parasite. Like
Just
that.
kidding. Yeah,
Parasite.
but apparently, you can take this cocktail, right? And if you have parasites, you poop them out. You
Okay.
just poop them. And I'm like, okay, okay. I'm like, snooze fast. What else? They like 80% of people have parasites. That might not be right. So don't quote me on that. But a lot of people have them.
I
Not-
pray to God that's wrong.
It's a lot. But then I was thinking to myself, oh, you know what? Let me take a little look see.
Let me take a little look see. Like start like looking through your. You have like a stool sample and you're just sifting through it.
Percent of people. Okay, I would say I type slow. I'm on the computer a lot, but it's because I have like 8 different keyboards, so I can't.
You
1%
can't
of
get a
people
groove down.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense if you're a
Okay, it's like 30 to 60, so 80.
30 to
yeah,
60.
I
That range is way too much. 30
it is
to
a huge
60.
range. And also, I
Dude,
just typed that in, looked at the first answer, so that might not be right.
Dude, 10 to 90% of people have
It's like
parasites.
10 to 90, man.
Hey, hello,
Okay,
mama.
we'll say 60. Okay, we'll just say for the sake of the extreme factor.
Okay,
we'll say
so 60. How many of those are my wife?
But I've seen
Tough
this,
crowd.
most of the world doesn't literally. I mean, not most of the world. I guess most of them does. But there's a lot of people that live in like non-developed countries. So like,
Okay.
obviously, you're gonna drink shit water from time to time. You get some parasites.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, I feel like
Wait, do another one. How many people in the U.S.? Try that. I really don't.
Kevin, you're really making me work over here. I don't like it.
I really just don't want to have.
Ooh, I just got a
parasite.
groove.
Ooh,
Ooh, I was flying for a second. Shit, I messed up. Parasites. A lot of times I rely on autocorrect, so I really banged out parasite. And I got parties.
how many people in the U.S. have parties?
Well, are parasites common in the U.S.? I want a percentage. Most of us have intestinal parasites. This one does say, and it is estimated that around 80% of both adults and children have parasites in their gut. Okay, well I'm not gonna read it. Just okay, for the sake of
Okay, let's say
okay,
60. Let's
here,
go back
here.
to 60.
Most people think parasitic disease occur in poor and developing countries. That's what I think. Or are infections they might pick up on a trip to a foreign country. Seems reasonable to me.
Gotta be careful.
However, parasitic infections also occur in the United States, and in some cases, affect millions of people. I could have changed my inflection on that a little bit, but long story short, there's a good chance it's way more common than you think. And also, so okay, I was reading people's like anecdotal evidence, right, like their experiences, and they're like, I'm like, I live in the South, and like blah blah blah. I don't know why I like that, but it was, and so like my gut, like I've always kind of been bloated, like, or this would be like all of a sudden like I had a dairy, like I got like lactose intolerant. I got out of nowhere, like I developed a certain thing, and I remember like when I was little, I mean, I should chug milk like no one's business.
Yeah.
But like I swear, like now I'm lactose intolerant, air quotes, and I still eat milk, and it doesn't agree with me. I'm like, I just developed that, I guess. But like, there's also other things where I'm like, man, like I mean, maybe I could. Like some people are saying, like, yeah, just like it's like common stuff like bloating, and they took this, so it's like I ordered it off Amazon. This stuff, this concoction.
Yeah.
So you drink it. So people are drinking it. You like put it. It tastes like what's a horrible thing?
An
Tastes
old
like
work
poo-poo.
boot.
It's like an old work boot juice. Tastes disgusting. It tastes like three times a day for 3 days for 3 hours for 3 days, 3 months. You take it 3 times a day for 10 days, and 30 drops. 30 drops 3 times a day, 3 days. So, anyways, people take it. It's like, yeah, day 2, I just shot out like 80 worms. I'm not even kidding you. And like Reagan started watching it because I was like telling her about it, like, well,
Wait, that happened to you?
No, not me.
Oh, well, you said
I would have led with that. I would have flung on this podcast and said that's the first thing if I was pooping out wormies. Honestly, free fish bait. But people are like, yeah, like
you turned yourself into a parasite farm.
They were showing pictures on TikTok. They're showing pictures of their poo poo with worms in it. And Reagan saved me. She's like, Jake, don't look. Jake, don't look. It's too gross for you. So, anyways, to make a long story short,
Hey, puppy,
I'm gonna
shield
try
your
it.
eyes.
Shut your eyes. But taking a long story short, I'm gonna try it, and I'll let you know. Maybe I don't have anything, but maybe I do.
And I will be the first to try, and I will be.
But imagine if like Reagan gets like sometimes like some stomach aches.
Yeah.
Imagine if she just has wormy poops in her stomach, and it just like cures her. Because I should have burps all of a sudden. Sorry, my worms.
I
So
just.
is that interesting?
Honestly,
Kevin, interesting?
I guess it's interesting, but also one of like.
Thumbnail. You think it's interesting, but
One of like honestly like probably one of my fears is having just like tapeworms all like just like filling my whole body and like
ew.
and just like walk around and just like the tapeworms control everything and it's just like
Ew, Kevin, you're gross.
so I'm
Yeah,
hoping
parasites are the
I'm
grossest.
really hoping that you guys just got like TikTok scammed,
Yeah, I also fall victim to things a lot.
but also like the lactose intolerant thing. It's like I just picture like there's like a tapeworm sitting in your stomach and he just has a beer stein just like scooping up stuff you're eating and drinking and like you start drinking milk.
Yeah. He's like, I don't like that.
He's like, "Ugh." He just like throws a fit, just like starts like banging around in your stomach.
Yeah. I don't know. I have another health question for you while I have you here.
Shoot, partner.
Do you ever hear of minoxidil?
Yes.
Minoxidil pickles?
Ew.
So
They're all
your
hairy.
Ew. So minoxidil helps you grow hair. For all you hairy listeners. David, Kevin's brother, couldn't really. I mean, his beard's okay, right? And then he started taking that for his beard. He's got a full bush.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a big old bush.
Yeah, he's got a big old bush light. Get yourself into a
And-
bush light.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I like my beard. I'm not gonna. You think if I so okay, don't mind my pimple, but see, it's kind of patchy right here, right?
Yeah.
Is it stupid if I got it to try to make that fill in?
No.
I was like thinking about it.
dude, I would recommend
not
that to
stupid.
everybody because honestly,
You know,
I bet David didn't have like much more facial hair than I do.
I do.
Than I do.
Really? But then
And then he started taking it, and now he's got like
Yeah, he's got a nice beard.
yeah.
But I was thinking, I'm like, I could make it a little bit thicker if I took it. But I'm like, is that just being vain? Like, my beard's okay. But then
Well,
you just confirmed
he-
that my beard looks like shit and I should take it.
Here's
so
the
now
thing. I
bad.
feel like there's a certain level of like vanity, to like effort. So like, let's say
Yeah.
you had to like go through like a massive surgery, and then you had to like, you like couldn't like look at like, you like couldn't look at the sun like look at sunlight for like 6 months, but then you have a full beard. If you did that, then that's like that's like very vain, and you're like then like you can tell that like you're really insecure about it. But if
Yeah.
you do something really easy, just like rubbing some stuff on your face every day,
It's so easy.
it's like it's
so easy.
It's like convenient. Then it's almost like why
Yeah.
wouldn't you do it?
why not just try it? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I should do it.
Come back, your
All right,
whole
guys, so
face is just covered in.
So, all right, you
Like
heard it
this.
here first, folks. I'll try minoxidil. I'll try parasite spray. I'll try anything you guys want. You just send in my PO box and I'll try it. And I'll get you guys hit you up.
You just poop out a bunch of hairy worms.
Oh,
Bunch
could
of
you
hairy
imagine?
hippie worms.
Like a caterpillar, like a full hairy one. That's disgusting. You should
He has
you
like a
curl my-
he has like like one of those little like hobo bags. He's like
Oh, you
he's a
curled my
giant
toes.
beard.
No toe curl.
He's like whatever. I didn't like it in there anyway. Hey, whatever.
Shoot, man, shoot.
You know what I've been
Speaking of hobo costumes, just kidding. What are you saying?
speaking of hobo costumes. I beat up this homeless guy. Okay. Do you want to hear? No, I don't want to. I don't want to tell that story. It's like too. It's too like scary serious.
Scary serious?
Yeah.
Kevin, now you got me interested.
Mm. Okay, so if you guys have
Is it gonna bum me out?
no, I don't think so. No,
Okay.
no. So if you guys have been listening to the podcast over the last, actually, Jake, did you know that we hit our 1 year of the Jake and Kevin show?
Did we actually?
Yeah, we hit it like 2 months ago.
Dude, I don't know what time has been flying lately.
I
don't know if it's
know.
just me. Like crazy. I feel like we're gonna be 40 by the time. I'm trying to do a bunch now because we're gonna be like 40 in like a couple years.
Yeah, I know. Let's try to hit the 40th episode before we turn 40.
And we drink a 40. 40, 40, 40.
Yeah, well, okay, if we make it to the 40th episode of the Jake and Kevin show, we'll drink a 40 on the episode.
Okay. I'll throw up on my keyboard and have to clean the chunks out in between the mechanical keyboards. Ugh. Death quoth. Sorry, that's kind
Okay.
of a grody bomb.
I don't want to tell this story. I don't want to tell this. It's not even a story. It's just like something. It's a fact, and it's just like a bummer, and it's just gonna make people scared, like uncomfortable.
Well, then don't tell.
I ain't gonna tell it. I ain't gonna do it.
Well,
You know
what
what?
is it? What does it pertain
I'm not
to?
gonna do it. It's pretty much so. If you guys know the podcast, you know that I recently moved to the city. I don't know if
I know
actually
that.
said that. And obviously,
No,
there's
you
just
didn't say
there's
that.
just more crime in the city. So, I mean, if you guys want to look it up at home, just search like Wrigleyville abductions. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ugh.
And apparently, like, it's a whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna just tell it. So there's a silver SUV. We actually have to get the word out so people know. There's a silver SUV driving around Wrigleyville, and what they do is they park in alleys and wait for people to walk by, and a guy gets out of the back door with a gun, and he just holds you at gunpoint and says, "Get in the car." And they get you in the car. They take your wallet, they take your phone, they take like everything you have, and then they just like drive you away. Like they drive you like 20 minutes outside the city, and they just drop you off and they just leave you there. And this happened 5 times in like the last 6 days.
It's that's 6 days?
Yeah, like since
Kevin, didn't you move in 6 days ago? You know what? This is a PSA. If someone ever tells you to get in their car, I don't care if they have a gun. I really don't. You don't get in the car.
yeah, what? Okay, so if this happens to
You
me, what
don't
should I
get in
do?
the car.
Should I run away? Just like sprint as far?
I think you run.
Should I go like this?
It-
And- like this.
You run.
Hey, look, and then go. Pew!
And you cartoon, and just a puff of smoke behind. No, but honestly, the real talk, I think regardless, you don't get in the car.
So
Also, don't get in that situation. How about that?
yeah, that's true.
But don't get in the car.
That's true. So it's only been
What's
happening
your
people who
keepers?
walk it alone, walk around at night alone. But the scariest thing is, so we were looking up like where these were, because it just said Wrigleyville. So we're like, okay, where in Wrigleyville? And the very first guy it happened to got abducted. I'm not kidding. Like exactly across the street from my apartment.
Are you serious?
Like
and you
thir-
invited me over? What the hell?
Like 30 feet. That's why I invited you over. I need that.
Wait,
I need
it
that.
was like right around that time, didn't it? Happened like right around that time when I was gonna come over.
No, it was like you were already back in Alabama because this was on Saturday.
Ah.
But that's why I needed you. I
Kevin.
needed the Italian stallion.
Ah, Kevin, you're always buttering my chops. I'm gonna sneeze really loud. You guys wanna hear it?
Gazoon tight.
Oh, I thought actually really good.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
that.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary letdown story, Kevin. I need to update.
Okay. So I've been like trying to think of ways just go through scenarios of what I do. What would I do?
You don't get in the car.
So definitely don't get in the car.
Yeah,
But-
because okay, if they let you out, that's one thing, but they can just easily kill you then at that point.
Yeah. Or like best case, let's say I don't die. They take my phone, they take my wallet, they take like my keys. They drop me off in a random part of the city that I don't know, probably a worse
You're
part
gonna
of the
kill by
city.
someone else.
I know, and I'm not gonna be able to find my way home.
And you're not gonna have anything to give them. Like, give me your wallet and keys. Like, ah. You're gonna cut your tongue off because you didn't give them wallet and keys.
So definitely don't get in the car.
Okay. If it's gun to your head, be like, I would take my wallet keys, throw everything on the ground, and just run. Because he was
Okay.
like, he gave me his wallet.
That's
I'm
what,
not gonna
that,
shoot
that,
him in
is-
the
that's
back.
like getting to. I would do like this. I'd like grab the gun and go. Just make him blow my head off. I pull the gun and like while I'm pulling it, like his finger like like hits the trigger because I'm
Yeah.
pulling the gun.
No, Kevin, you just pull the pin in your frag grenade. Like, I'm not leaving, you're not leaving. Like that.
Yeah, just like walk around like with a suicide vest under my coat. Just in
Yeah.
case.
That's something you would do. That's something that you would do, Kevin.
As soon as I see
like
the
a-
guy pull
like a
up,
nail
I see
bomb.
like a car skirt up to me. I just
Detonate it. It's like an
take out the
Uber.
whole block.
Oh,
Oh, that was just a joke.
that was funny.
Oh,
That's a funny joke.
Oh shucks, that was a joke. Okay.
I think one of our few viewers is a what's it called? People that go after the bomb guys.
A bomb sniffing dog.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Yeah, Kevin, that's a fun loving story.
So-
Thanks for bringing that up.
This is my iPhone. This is the iPhone that I use.
Mhm.
Now, it's just a picture.
Fake
My
phone.
dude, stop.
Fake phone Fridays. I knew it.
I bought this one recently. I still have my old phone. My old phone is a piece of shit. 41. Guys, we don't
41.
I was just trying to mentally I want to bleep that out. We don't
What?
swear. We don't swear. I said the S
Oh.
word. My old phone's a piece of poop. Crack screen.
Piece of.
Crack screen works.
Wait, Kevin. Wait, really quick. Use this as a bleep. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Is that copyrighted? Is that copyright allowed if you do it with your voice?
Yeah, I think that's allowed because we can
Okay.
do a cover of a song, like start
That's
from the
true.
bottom.
Okay.
Now we here. All right, I'm gonna play both of those over each other, like baddest.
All right. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
So, my other phone is a piece of crud.
Yeah.
Crack screen. Only the bottom half. I'm not a phone. I'm not a phone geek. Not a
You're not a
geek squad
phony.
guy. Only the bottom half of the screen works. The top half is unusable. It doesn't work at all. You can't touch it. I'm gonna start carrying around that phone. Like usually, like when I have to walk to the gym, so I'm gonna start using that phone, carry it around. I'm gonna have a decoy phone. So if somebody's like, somebody pulls up to me, and like I can tell that they're gonna be a menacing guy, I'm just gonna instinctually like just give them that phone and then take off running. So that they're gonna, what are they gonna chase
Kevin?
me down? They already got my phone.
I thought of that idea before you even brought it up. I was like, I know where he's going with this. And it's a good idea. Hear you describe that phone. If you gave someone that phone, you're gonna get shot in the head.
No, it's an iPhone. It's an iPhone 11.
That'll make it way worse.
It's an iPhone 11, and
That
it's
doesn't. I don't know.
the
man.
thing is like
You try to sell it to him. No, it's not. No, it doesn't even work. No. It's iPhone 11.
they like come
sell it
find
to
me.
him.
They come find me. They like pull up to me again. I just start throwing like old phones.
You're gonna give them that phone. They're gonna drive off. And you're seeing like slam on their brakes, get blocked down, like reverse it right back up to you.
Yeah, they're gonna drive off. I'm gonna be like, and then I'm just gonna see their like tail lights like
Yeah.
slam the brakes, and then I'm just gonna take off running.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe don't do that.
I'm also gonna walk around with a decoy wallet. I have this old Scooby Doo Velcro wallet.
Like, your pockets should be filled. It's like those decoy stuff.
I'm like a magician, just throwing things around.
Dude, oh my god. That is okay. All jokes aside, that is kind of spooky.
Yeah.
It's right by you guys. That's crazy. What should I be for Halloween?
Ooh.
I actually need help with this.
Okay,
I really
so
need
are you
help.
gonna do? I don't know if you want to dox her, but are you guys doing a couples costume?
Yes, she's going as Wonder Woman,
Oh wait, why don't you do
Wonder Man. No, she said Superman.
Wonder Bread?
Okay, here's the thing. I said Wonder Man. Actually, I made that joke. Believe it or not,
So you're calling me a hack?
I am actually. The obvious choice is Superman. But I feel like if you go Superman, there's a big like stigma. You gotta be giant and jacked, and I'm not. And it's also clean shaven. I'm not any of those things. So
Jake, I
re-
got the answer for you.
what?
Yeah, I get.
I need actual help with this. There might not be some bull.
Yeah, and you don't want to wear the
Bull-
okay. The only way you can get
stars.
away with the Superman one is if you get the one with the fake like giant
Muscles?
pad muscles. Because that'd be hilarious.
It would be funny.
Because
Actually, that's
you're
true.
already like a pretty big guy.
I'm not.
So if you walk around like a giant, that'd be hilarious. Either that
would be
or
funny.
you get like a way too small Superman costume.
Actually, either of those are funny. I'll keep those in mind. Those actually are good options. Okay, I gave this a lot of thought. What do you think about this?
Uh-huh.
In this, she actually brought this up to me. I was thinking about, it, I'm like, that's actually not a bad idea, but still might have the same problem. Wolverine, because he's so hairy.
You'd actually make a really good Wolverine.
You think so?
But the dork in me is about to come out.
Yeah.
Wolverine and Wonder Woman aren't part of the same universe. Wolverine is actually part of the Marvel cinematic.
Man, that's the least of my problem. Actually, I'll be the DC alternative to Wolverine. I'm sure they have one. Harry, man.
It's Harry Guido.
Anyone who's Harry, Harry Guido, Harry Wap. Yeah.
Jake, do you want to know like what you should actually be? It's first of all, it's an all-time. If you're this costume, nobody can say anything to you. It's like one of the most classic costumes ever, and
What?
it makes sense. Batman. What do you think?
Why?
Because Batman and Wonder Woman date.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as Superman. I have to be big for that.
No, Batman's not that big.
Yes, he is.
It's a new Batman. He's not that big. Everyone gave Robert Pattinson. They were like, how could you be good Batman? You're not even that big.
Yeah, that's true. He's not as big as
You're
Superman.
definitely bigger than Robert Pattinson.
Well, I don't know how big he is, Kevin, but I thought about girth.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Audio listeners, you better count your lucky stars. Kevin did some very inappropriate. Anyways, Kevin, but what does a Batman costume look like? Wolverine costume, I think, is easy. It's like a cut-off shirt, very minimal. Batman's much more involved.
Yeah, for Batman, you do have to go all out. You have to like buy a Batman costume.
Yeah, I feel like Wolverine, I can make one pretty half-assedly.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
That's fair.
Well, should I be Wolverine without the claws? Is that? I mean, that's acceptable, right?
I feel like you need the claws though.
I'm supposed to get the claws.
You either have to get the claws or you have to go all out with your facial hair and like actual hair. Like you have to like shave your beard into the mutton chops and then like spike your hair.
Oh, actually, I might do that. My girlfriend's a hairstylist. What? Wait, thumbnail. But yeah, I just had a mustache, so I'll just shave it down. And then when I'm done, I'll get the mustache again, and it'll be Kevin. That's a great idea. I'll do that. Transition into No Shave November with the mustache.
Oh.
Because I'll just shave off the next day. Oh my gosh, this is why we're making oranges over here. Making orange juice. Okay, thank you. I feel way more satisfied. You always leave me satisfied and smiling. Satisfied and smiling. Isn't that the motto of our sponsor for today, Kevin?
You know what, Jake? It actually isn't. But speaking of sponsor, speaking of sponsors, we're gonna pause this episode for a quick ad break. Be right back. Sorry to interrupt this episode. But this episode, the 21st episode of the Jake and Kevin Show, is sponsored by none other than crease crushers. Watch that one in a mirror. Wait, hold on. Let's try to get it to reflect off the TV. Sorry. Today's sponsor of the Jake and Kevin Show is Crease Crushers. Out of breath. Here at the Jake and Kevin Show, we love a crispy pair of kicks with that new shoe smell. You know what we don't love? How hard it is to keep them that way. Mm-hmm. Gone are the days of trying tricks and tips to return your dusty, dingy kicks to their former glory. Crease Crushers aren't going to let them get the chance. Let me try that one again. Crease Crushers aren't going to let them get the chance.
Take 2.
Should I do the whole thing over?
Take 2.
Today's sponsor of the Jake and Kevin Show is Crease Crushers. Here at the Jake and Kevin Show, we love a crispy pair of kicks with that new shoe smell. You know what we don't love?
What?
How hard it is to keep them that way.
That's true.
Gone are the days of trying tricks and tips to return your dusty, dingy kicks to their former glory. Crease Crushers aren't going to let them get the chance. Using antimicrobial charcoal foam technology, perfectly formed for most shoes, Crease Crushers shoe inserts can extend the life of your footwear. Whether it's Jordans or dress shoes, boots or boat shoes, insert a pair of Crease Crushers and let them work. The unique properties of their charcoal-infused foam allows Crease Crushers to wick moisture, eliminate odors, all while maintaining the shape like they never left the store. Crease Crushers. Crush those creases.
Kevin, that sounds amazing.
Use the link in the description to sign up.
Creases.
Use the link in the description to sign up.
To do whatever you want.
To get those creases crushed. All right, now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Do you like this hoodie?
I do like the hoodie a lot. I was looking at it
It's
the whole
from
episode.
Costco.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was last year's. Do you like Costco clothing?
Costco keeps the cost low.
Costco clothing is kind of usually a miss, isn't it? Kind of, or no? You don't think it is?
I'll tell you one thing. I've gotten my favorite pair of shoes ever from Costco.
Really? What kind? Kevin, show us.
Okay. Now, Crease Crushers might laugh at me because these shoes are. I got these in 2015, so they're 7 years old. Here they are.
Those are Adidas? They sell Adidas there?
These are Adidas. These are Adidas Duramo 7s. And this is like a special Costco color. You can only get this color at Costco. I got these. They're still in good condition for 7 years old. I would run. Yeah. I would do runs in these every day.
Yeah. That's true. I always say they're select products, right? This hoodie.
Those shoes are so comfy. I bet that hoodie's very comfy.
It's very comfy, and it's a really cool hoodie. It's like a special cat one made by Cat. It has like special things like the drawstrings are inside to keep it safe in a work site, and stuff like that. Like cool things.
So you don't get sucked into
the meat grinder.
Yeah.
I get a little self-conscious wearing Costco clothing sometimes.
The thing is, though, I don't I would never have guessed that was from Costco.
Yeah.
The only way,
but there were so many. They were selling so many, and I wanted to be sold out really quick. Like I bought them, like, oh, that thing's sick, right? I went there like a month later and I still had. I'm like, come on, you need to deplete the supply because I want this limited edition. Because clearly this is, I'm assuming, limited edition. This was last year, so now I kind of have an allocated buffer zone where I'm like, I wore a little bit, but like, I'm let that marinate, kind of like an investment.
Yeah.
Buy it, Now a year later, like they've already all been depleted and spread out. Maybe some got thrown away, washed, destroyed. The supply's low.
You
Now
know,
I'm rocking this cat hoodie. My people don't even know where it's from.
yeah, they just assume that maybe you work for Cat.
Maybe work for cat. But I don't, of course.
Yeah. If you want to, my first thought was if you want to expedite the process, just buy them out. Just buy
That's
all
true.
the hoodies they got, and then you wait for the investment, wait for them to be super cool, original, and then you sell them,
And you
flip
sell
them,
them.
and then by then
That
you'll
reminds me.
you'll have already gotten your worn out of it. So like even if you don't want to have it anymore, you sell it,
Yeah.
make all that money.
Business idea. Dog flipping. We buy dogs from the pound, cheap at a discount. We get them kind of groomed up, flip them.
Should we train them a little bit?
Maybe a little bit. Nothing crazy though.
We train them just enough so they people think that they're really good dogs.
But they're not.
Yeah,
We say,
on
no,
the very
gives
surface
backsies.
level. Yeah.
No one say this might no gives backsies. Like what the hell?
We could do that. We could do the no givesies backsies, but then also what we could do is we train the dogs, and like we actually train them. We train them so good, but we train them to only listen to like German words. And then if they want to like tell their dog what to do, they have to take our German courses.
Oh.
Get
No,
them-
we just tell them the dog's really trained, but only in German or no, Hungarian. No one knows Hungarian, so they're gonna be like, well, dang it, the dog is trained, but I just don't know Hungarian. But in actuality, the dog is not actually trained. But that we don't sell the Hungarians.
Yeah, that's true. Not because we hate Hungarians.
Not because we hate Hungarians, because
Because they'll
'Cause they don't
know,
know the
they'll figure it
language.
out. They'll
they'll
figure
crack
it
the
out.
code. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, guess what? You finished the podcast. What does
Congratulations.
that mean for you? Congratulations for you, first off. What does that mean now? Kevin, what are the next steps?
Let's see. I'd say the next steps are head over to YouTube because you know what? We're right about to record a TikTok gauntlet. If that
Bada bing, bada boomski.
strikes your fancy.
But if not, tune in next week. Or perhaps the week after that. Or the week after that.
Tune in next week. But if we're not there,
Tune in next
then
time.
tune in the keep tuning in so we're there.
Just make sure to stay tuned
Hey,
for the new podcast.
turn on those notifications. See-
No, but in all seriousness,
yeah, seriously.
all jokes aside, thanks for tuning in.
And crush those creases.
And crush those creases. For Pete's sake.